Another Ironman 70.3 St. George is in the books. This is my 6th time racing here. I was able to finish 3rd. We're gonna get right into that, but first, just a quick recap of things before the race. I traveled here on the Wednesday, normal, no drama. Stayed with Nick, and Leslie was here as well, but it's always great to stay with Nick because you're hanging out with a buddy. Things are sort of low-key, relaxed. It's a good way to stay stress-free, not to mention Nick knows everything about St. George, where you need to go, and before the race, all those things. So that helps to kind of keep the stress low and the vibes high. And we were just feeling good going into the race.
Grocery situation.
Oh.
Same as every single video we've ever done. Bunch of eggs, bread, butter,
Snacks.
and
Well,
a couple pieces of vegetables.
Oh, those you can eat that whole bag in about 10 minutes. Sure.
Lots of carbs.
Gonna do the Matt Hansen stride.
Gotta get them perfect. It's gotta be perfect, guys.
I think like 2:30 will be my race pace.
Woo.
Yeah.
Jason West better watch out.
Oh yeah.
Well, so what's different about this shoe?
I don't even know. They just keep making them quicker. That's what they say anyway, so you gotta buy them. Can't be giving anybody any... Blur this out.
Are you gonna be wearing socks on race day?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I like to preserve my foot skin.
So 2 days out from the race, what was today's event?
I ran 16 minutes, 3.6 kilometers with 2 pickups of 20 seconds. I gotta go get a haircut, and I got a physio coming to just give me a quick adjustment. Gotta eat, I'm hungry. You're gonna make me some eggs, right?
What's for lunch?
I already had a turkey cheese sandwich, and this is an extra peanut butter and honey.
How far are you running the day before race?
10 miles, 15?
6 minutes?
No, I got 15 minutes, which is actually
I'm running like 25 minutes.
Every time we have to film, Nick's like, oh, I gotta do all this stuff, and he's all mad.
Oh, I'm feeling great about this scenario.
So she came out here to scold him for being a jerk, which was very appreciated.
Be mean.
All right.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Wait, I'll just go by your watch. I don't care.
All right, bud. Well, it's the day before Ironman 70.3 St. George, and of course, you've had great success here over the years, and going toe-to-toe with the best and giving them a run for their money. But what's different about this year?
Well, I've had more time to just get faster. Oh, race morning, everything was smooth, and get on that start line. And I knew that I was gonna need to have a better start than what I did here for the World Championship last year. That was really what kind of set me on the back foot last time. So I thought I need to get a really strong start. And I started right beside Nick. I knew, we're pretty close in the swim, and if we can get away, sort of get some clean water, that would be great. So gun goes, we rush in, and the first few strokes for me were good, the first really 50 meters, and then I kind of found myself in a position with a lot of guys all side by side, and kept trying to get ahead, and I just couldn't get that clean water, and we sort of slowed each other down, and unfortunately that might have been the difference between making that lead group versus not, but that's just, where I'm at with my swim. I need to be that little bit quicker to break free and to kind of get with those really fast guys. But I still had a pretty solid swim coming out with the second group. And coming out of the water, I heard the announcer yell that Sam Long was right there behind me. So I knew that was gonna be the ticket to the front of the race. Sam's an extremely strong rider, and he's also very aggressive. So I had a good transition and got on the bike right behind him. He had an even better transition. And he just stormed out and just really pushed the start of that bike ride. And I knew that my chance to probably win the race was gonna be if I could go with him. So I really pushed it, trying to stay with him and to try to go with him as he was passing a ton of guys. And I was pushing well above threshold the first few minutes, and he was taking off. He was stronger, and I just wasn't able to hang, and I had to kind of take my medicine and just settle into more of a sustainable pace. So I ended up riding alone for most of the bike ride. I worked my way towards the front. Sam got up to the front with Dylan Gillespie. I made my way up to fourth and rode behind Metzler just for a few minutes, and then I passed him, and then I was in third, and I just remained there for a very long time, all the way through the hills, and I was feeling not bad. My back was giving me some issues, but it wasn't causing me to have to get out of aero or anything too much. So I got all the way up to the top of Snow Canyon, and I was able to catch Dylan Gillespie up there, and then Trevor Foley came storming through and passed me on the descent. And then I rode into transition with those two guys, so I was right in contention, you know, for potentially a second place. Sam was way up the road. He had an incredible ride, and I just got off the bike and thought, all right, it's, you know, if I can race Trevor here and possibly, you know, beat him, that would be kind of a really good run for me, because I know Trevor's one of the best runners, you know, for sure on the North American circuit. And I also, of course, had Lionel in my mind. He's always, you know, you never count him out in a race. That guy's so tough, and he always finishes really strong. So I was kind of wary of where is he. And I did see that coming into transition, he was like over a minute back at that point. So I knew, you know, if I was able to have a good run, that I should be for sure in the podium. But I took off out of transition. I was first out of our little group, and Trevor just took off. The first mile, he probably put 15 seconds on me, and I knew that I had to let him go right then, or I was gonna blow up. Like it would have been too hard. I was already pushing a pace that I knew was probably a little bit quicker than what I would average. So I decided to let him go and sort of play the long game. Maybe, you know, he's pretty young. Maybe he messes up his pacing or something. And I kind of, you know, he gradually got ahead after that to about the 30 seconds ahead mark. And then I held it right there after about 3-4 miles. He was about 30 seconds, and it stayed there for the next 6-7 miles. So I was just trying to gain back some time. I was charging as hard as I could on that second lap to try to start bringing time back, and I had it down to about 25 seconds at one point. But I think he sort of could sense that I was pushing, and he was able to, you know, find another gear on that last downhill, and he got it back out over 30 seconds. And then in the last mile, he just wasn't coming back, and I knew that he was gonna hold on for second for sure. And I, you know, came in third, and I can't really make any complaints. I mean, I'd love to come out here and win the race, and I know that I'm capable of it, but sometimes it doesn't play out the way you need it to. It takes a perfect day, and especially in the caliber of field we have now. And, you know, when Sam improves his swim as much as he has and gets out right with me, it's going to be real tough. So, you know, pretty happy with the day for sure. Really solid performance, and I ran better than Oceanside, which was great. But teammates, you know, here to support and to see how they're doing. Mark Dubrick had a great day. Nick and Leslie both struggled, and, you know, they persevered through some, you know, less than ideal racing scenarios for them. But the day after the race, you know, stay an extra day, do some fun stuff. I think we're gonna be going golfing soon. I'm gonna be making sure to show Nick how to play. I know he needs some help. And but we got to recover, because next weekend, 70.3 Gulf Coast, the top 4 from this race are all gonna be there. Myself, Sam, Trevor, and Lionel. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out a week apart. That'll maybe play in my favor. A little bit of a tougher swim, probably choppy, could potentially help me. Normally I wouldn't say that, but when I'm racing those guys who the swim is the weakness for them, it might give me a little bit of an edge. But just got to recover as well as I can and give it my best shot. So looking forward to that. Thanks so much for the support, for following along. Like and subscribe, that really helps a lot. I know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.